Welcome into a Saturday edition of the Friday night Pop Blender Unfiltered. Um, Coming at you on a Saturday. Last night, I had to give it at least one more day. I feel a little bit better, sound a little bit better, but we'll see. We'll see how long this can go. But anyway, just wanted to at least make it up and get one out there for today. But anyway, I see Son of a Crayon Slayer is here, and today, being that it's on a flip flop day, I don't expect a lot of people to tune in. So I appreciate you being here, and also bouncing in and out because Just Jeff is doing a 24-hour live stream for his dog Dobby. And so I expect a lot of people to be tuning into that, hanging out, donating, and all that good stuff. So I don't blame anybody for that at all. And if I wasn't doing this, I'd probably be hanging out and doing that for a little while. So anyway, enough of that. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and get my jams going. Get my homeboy. I got Matthew's Robo Skull in the background. Let's go ahead and get that going, and let's go ahead and get that going. All right. Anyway, let's go ahead and knock it out. I got a lot of stuff. I want to try to get to it as soon as I can. Clint Jorgensen in the house. What's going on, man? How you doing, buddy? Like I said, Just Jeff and his 24-hour live stream. I was popped into same time hangout last night for just a short amount of time. Anybody that has time on a Friday, they usually do that around 6 Eastern, 5 Eastern. It just depends. But it's Woody, Triple Deuce, Woody 222, the Figure Addict. Same time toys, Just Jeff, sometimes Greg, the comic guru, will be on there. Tony's Figs was on there last night, so it's a good time, and those guys hanging out, and I like to go in there and cut up with them on a Friday night. But yeah, 19 hours, I guess. Lunchbox killer in the house. What's up? What's up? 3-star draw as well. So anyway. So yeah, man, I went on there last night and I was contemplating doing my stream, and Tony's Figs and A Punk with Toys both were like, dude, you need to give it at least one more day. So I said, okay, I'll give it one more day. Been stopped up all day, got a cold. It is what it is. But I've taken some stuff and I'm standing on this stream because I don't think I'm going to get as stopped up if I'm up standing. I'm going to get a better tripod so it can get a little higher if I want to do this in the future. But yeah, if I'm sitting and sitting still, I have a feeling all of that stuff is just going to come back and I'm going to sound like more garbage than I already do. I'm sure you can hear it. But anyway, so I do want to go over the DC plane crash. We had one in Philly that happened as well, and a little bit of Hollywood news. I've got some more funny videos, photos, and stuff to show off. And there was some news that came out recently in the comic arena that I kind of want to share, but I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it for when I can get Matthew's commentary on it. But let's do it, y'all. Without further ado, let's just go ahead and do further, and let's go ahead and share what you guys all know just recently that just came out, and that is the renders for the All Striker with crankcase, Cobra Snake battle armor, Cobra Ninja slice and dice. We got more, but so far we've got these guys right here. So let's bring them up one by one to the main stage, shall we? That's what I say. All right, coming to the main stage, ladies and gentlemen, sexy, big and bulky Snake Armor. Snake Armor in the house. What do y'all think about this? I mean, these are digital renders, But look, I'm excited. Now I'm excited for the other product that's going to be coming up that we're going to go over momentarily. But I'm excited for the snake armor. This looks very good if in fact this is what we get. I like the gray with the paint scheme on this thing. I like the flamethrower, the claw. Obviously, you've got your missile shooter, I guess. I think this thing looks awesome. Credit to 3-Star for sending me the text this morning. Yeah, Lunchbox I'm digging it. Yeah, I am too, man. 3-Star says I like it. Don't want to say too much. Yeah, and I'm not gonna see. That's the thing, right? It's like, because we have our stream on Wednesday night, so it's like, okay, well, I want to kind of save some of this stuff, right? But I did want to at least bring them up and go over it, because I think on the stream on Wednesday there's gonna be a lot more people that tune in. Obviously Punk's gonna go over these on Monday, right? So we know it's gonna get a lot of coverage. But I at least wanted to bring them up and just get you guys' thoughts for tuning in here and what y'all seem to think. Really like the snake armor. I am definitely down with it. Let me go ahead and pull up Slice and Dice here, and you guys tell me what you think about them. Boom. I was not a big fan of these guys back in the day. They were not in my wheelhouse. I even made a mention to 3-Star that I'm kind of tired of the ninjas, right? But if the ninjas come with stuff like this, then I'm down. Right? I mean, if they come with all of this stuff right here, ninjas that come with just, some basic katanas, your choppy hands, a couple things here or there. But, if they come with, even if they're reused accessories, right? Even if they're reused accessories, I'm down. Give me the classic little hat, the cape, whatever the hell the name of that hat is. I'm not an expert. But anyway, different masks though. I love that. So if you're going to kit these guys out like this, I am cool with it. If they're just going to be, get a couple different weapons and that's about it, I don't care about the ninjas. But yeah, do them up like this, I'm down. I like this. Makes me want to get these guys. That's for sure. 3-Star. I digging the Ronin gear for Dice. I just don't understand why he has it. Yeah, I see that. I still like all of this if this is what you're going to do. And this may change, right? This may change. It's possible. We'll see. Let's see here. Let me bring up our other render. All right. Darklon. Anybody like Darklon? Darklon was not in my wheelhouse either. He kind of came out after I was collecting. I've told people before, I don't care for this paint scheme. I know it's the original. I still don't care for it. I think it's a mishmash of somebody going to Goodwill and buying 8 different types of clothing and wearing them on top of each other, maybe cutting off a leg piece or something like that. The sword with the sheath, okay. The revolver is quite interesting. A revolver, especially when somebody has a Gatling gun like this, whatever that gun is. It's just kind of wacky. Oh, look who it is. It's Burner Phone 615. Burner Phone. I will be getting into the topics that I know you are interested in, but we had some news drop about some recent figures and some renders. So I was just going over those quickly. Again, not a big Darkline guy. Just not my jam. Did want to go over the main one, right? Got to go over the main one. Uh, Lunchbox says he looks like what I sure do with my O-rings. Yeah, it's like taking them apart and putting them back together and using 8 different dudes to do it, right? Like, if you're into that. This is something we've all been asking for, right? The All-Striker. I'm not sure how to feel about this one. Crankcase, I'm cool with crankcase. That's good. However, those wheels, man, those wheels are tiny. I'm not exactly sure how I feel about this. Again, we're going to get those ammo boxes. They're just going to sit on the back. I'm sure they're not going to fasten in, so that's going to be a pain in the ass. We all know that. But, man, oh man. Have we wanted this? Yes, we've wanted this. But I'm going to show you something you may very well want instead. You know what you might want instead? You might want this instead. You might want the Gridiron Jungle Hound instead, because boy does it look a million times better. My oh my. This thing looks, I mean, come on. Like this is a beast. Look at rock and roll in the back there. Yeah, between the two, let's not kid ourselves, right? Let's not kid ourselves. I think the Jungle Hound is definitely going to be. What's going on, Joe Fan 84? What do you think? Jungle Hound or All Striker, the digital render we saw with the little bitty wheels? I just don't know. This thing looks beefy. But I will take the Hasbro product. Absolutely. I will take the Hasbro product. We did get a few. I mean, I like it. I like the All Striker. But this digital render, just looking at it again quickly, the front wheels just, I don't know, man. I mean, I hope this is like a digital render that is not what the product is going to be. Because I think that's going to disappoint a lot of people. It just doesn't look like it. Man, I don't know. I have a direct quote that the Gridiron makes the Hasbro All Striker look like Fisher Price. Does that make sense? Yeah, the third rear seat definitely, and that's that Gridiron. It just looks fantastic, man. Unfortunately, I think the rear of this one's going to hold the ammo canisters. And if you play around with it, move it around, it's just they're going to fall off. Right? Just not a big fan of that design unless they snap in. That would be perfect. But that's not going to happen. But this is a vehicle everybody's been wanting. I included. I'll tell you what I am a fan of, though. I'm a fan of the mass device stuff. You know, all the mass device stuff, any of that stuff. Like, we have these divers here. I'm all about this, this mass device logo at the bottom. I love it. I want this stuff. I want the cartoon type stuff. The color scheme and everything. Put a Baroness head on there with the the hood or whatever. Like, yeah. Inspired by, got your canisters right for the mass device. I love that stuff. Yeah, according to Full Force. I did watch that live stream for just a little bit beforehand. He does a good job. I like that guy. He's good. He's a good dude. He's a good dude. Let's show off one. Let's see. We got a couple more. Here's another mass device figure. Breaker. Bubblegum. Perfect. I like it. He's kind of, not a lot to him, but I'm good. I'm good with this. I don't know if you guys really care at all about this one or not, but like I said, I want the cartoon stuff. I like that stuff that is based off of. Um, can you make another breaker? Sure, fine with that. But this looks good. You know, some of those guys that are more plain, more the plain, you know, Joes and stuff like I like that. You know, even the green shirts. It's a good cover girl right here. Long hair braided. Got the cap right up here. Pics garage. Super cool. Got our classic cartoon rifle. Giant sledgehammer. I'm loving it. Joe Fan 84 says, I canceled my dial tone from GameStop today. Still hasn't come in. It's taken off their website. I'm just frustrated. I pre-ordered it October and January 16th. It was supposed to be here. Yeah, I was supposed to get mine the other day too, but that was from Hasbro. And then I got a notification that there was some kind of something or other and that it's going to be shipping at some point in time. And so, yeah, I order them and I just wait. You know, instead of trying to go find them, I just wait. And eventually it'll show up. But, you know, but that's just me. Yeah, I get that, Joe Fan. I just eBay it too. That's one way to do it. You know, and I know, you know, my cousin, he definitely tries to seek them out and get them. And if he can get it first, he'll get it. You know, you play that shell game. But, yeah, no, they Hasbro sent me the email. So there's going to be a delay. So who knows when he's going to show up. Once he does, I'm sure I'm going to love him. Yeah, I would too, 3-star. 100% on CoverGirl. 3-star says, still haven't heard dick from Hasbro about dial tone other than shipping soon. Same thing. That was it for me. His date has already come and passed where he was supposed to be here. I have also not been charged yet. So, you know, we'll see. What's going on, Frosty? Frostbite in the house. Let's see here. We've got 2 more I'm going to go over real quick. Just 2 more quickly because you guys obviously have seen them. Y'all know this information already. There's nothing I'm going to present to you that's going to be groundbreaking by any means. Then we're going to get in our main topics. That's my boy right here. Love it. Flint, shotgun, black shirt. I'm all about this guy right here. He's one of my favorite characters, 100%. Joe Fan, the GameStop is an hour away. Yeah, no, good God, screw that, man. Driving there every couple weeks, every week. Some people do it every other day. I would want none of that. Burner Phone 615 says, anyone know when the Rattler is going to ship? So we have not gotten that information. It did fund. My guess is it's going to be sometime. It's probably going to go out. Here's the trick about these things. It's probably going to go out sometime near the Christmas window, fall window. Anybody want to take a guess on that? 3-star, what do you think? The Rattler going to ship out sometime around fall? Kind of like the Dragonfly? Fall to Christmas? I don't know. Yeah, Burner Phone. You did back that. So you're going to get everything with it. Now, you know, you keep it in the box. Obviously, that's fine, and I understand. But, man, that's an awesome thing to have to keep in the box. 3-star says target date will be November or December, but I have a feeling it'll be behind the norm this year. Considering Hasbro and some of the delays they're talking about, yes, it definitely could. You know, I would love it to come out in the fall, but it may be. So, you know, Burner Phone, you have no problem waiting on that because it's not something that you're just absolutely anticipating. But it takes a little while for that stuff to get made. And Hasbro is going through some changes, some downsizing, as a company. And so that's kind of pushing back a lot of their product, unfortunately. They also are delving into more digital things, games and board games and stuff like that. So toys it's not that they're not making them and selling them. It's just not as prominent, I guess. Some of that may be overblown. I don't know. Need to dig a little further into that. One bad thing about living out in the middle of nowhere, Joe Fan 84 says, is it takes an hour to go anywhere. That is the nice thing about living in the country or out far, right? Here in Tennessee and Nashville, we've seen people move outside of the city. However, some of those places, you got to drive a little ways to get to a grocery store. I know where my son lives. To go to a grocery store, they have to drive like 30 minutes. There's nowhere really close by. And if they want to go to a good one, it might be a little further than that. 20 minutes, something like that at least. Frostbite, that cover girl is fire. And it says they may be going through changes, but it looked like they finally hired a good face sculptor. I will say this, based off of these renders and some of the newer figures, yes, it seems like it. I hope that continues. All right, last one, y'all. This is one that everybody, I think, was really, let's see. Oh, dig it. One that everybody was really had a hankering for. And I like this guy for a particular reason. It's because they gave us the alert and the what the on the Televiper on the goggles. And I think that's awesome. Straight out of the cartoon. And the comic, if I remember right. But yeah, no, I love this. Another retro. Looks good. 3 different head sculpts. It looks good. I'm glad they're doing this, though. I'm glad they're going back and getting into those and doing the cartoon stuff, the mass device stuff. I can't wait for the polar bear and snake eyes. I've mentioned it several times. Obviously, that V4 version is going to come out. That's not necessarily our cartoon stuff, but yeah, that would be a cool visor. Yeah, I agree. Frosty. We haven't seen the face sculpts that actually look this good, right? Like it's been a hot minute. I mean, some of them we've had are great. The Major Blood Cobra Island one, great face sculpt. Scrap Iron, great face sculpt. But it's been hit or miss, right? Definitely hit or miss. Okay. So there's been some new video come out about the DC plane crash. As far as the information, as far as getting all the information, that's gonna take some time. It just is. I do have one video very zoomed in. You guys may have seen this, but this is from a airport security cam. However, this has been zoomed in. And so this is from the DC plane crash. 3-star. Definitely. Go get you some grub, go get you some beer, go have a good time. You can catch it on replay, heck. And I'll see you on Wednesday night. So let's check out this footage. It has been zoomed up, but we're gonna bring it on full screen, give you guys an idea, kind of what happened. I'm sure a lot of you do know, but I just saw this footage today. So you can see the helicopter, and then you can see the pieces there, of the plane and the helicopter. I mean, man, I mean, if you know, I don't know. Like as we watch this over and over, I'm just curious. Yeah, hey, dude, Joe fan, do it. My son is actually over this weekend, and so sometimes yeah, it's kind of hard for me too because I don't want to just leave him hanging. So I'm gonna go over a few topics and then we'll see after that. But yeah, you do your thing, man. Like I said, and plus people watching Just Jeff doing his stream for Dobby. By all means, you know, check that out too. I don't blame anybody at all for bouncing in and out or doing whatever you need to do. It is the weekend after all. But anyway, looking at this video, like this is just man. I mean, this helicopter just doesn't even slow down. Try to move or anything. And you'd think if you're in the cockpit and you're facing that way, I don't know how you wouldn't see the plane. You know? Now, Lunchbox, I'm gonna show this footage from a little further angle, but the reason why I want to show the zoomed in footage, because you rarely get to see footage this good. But I've got a few different angles that I'm gonna show. Now, conspiracy theories aside, because I don't know. I have not seen anything yet. We'll go over some of the victims. We'll go over some of the people on board. They're, obviously most notably a Russian skating pair. They were very famous. And then you had a lot of kids and their parents from ice skating national team, like from America. And then you had your three people on board the helicopter. Now, they had about 41 bodies recovered. 2 of the military. There were 60 people on the plane, if I remember correctly. But anyway, I've got different footage, of this crash. All of them, bottom line is the helicopter just absolutely made no effort at all. We'll watch it just like a couple more times here. I mean, you just see like, and I just don't know how you wouldn't see the plane, you know, if you're flying a helicopter. Even the helicopter has a spotlight underneath it. Wow. I mean, I just don't, yeah. So anyway, let me grab me the other footage. Let's see here. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely a tragedy. And Joe fan, yeah, do that. Want to see that haul, baby. Want to see it. Yeah, I bet it's top ranking news in Australia. And of course, we had another one right after, and I've got footage of that one in the aftermath. Pretty good article on that one. But I've got a kind of a compilation of different footage of this. And then we'll go over kind of some of the details. For instance, this is the one that, you know, from far away, which, you know, that's from, they give you kind of a close-up. There's the helicopter. You see it right there. Then we've got some dash cam footage right here. And there's the plane coming in. There's the helicopter. Again. All of these are not very close up.
Oh, what happened?
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
So you get another view here. We'll turn the family down.
Oh!
What happened?
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
So I think there's one more. Okay, right here where they highlight it. This is kind of the same one we saw, but that was zoomed in. And no telling how much other footage, right? No telling how much other footage is going to come out. Those are just some of the most recent right here. Yeah, the air ambulance one is awful, Joe fan. Yeah, it did. It was a family that were flying back to Mexico. It was a little girl and her mother, and then obviously crew personnel on board that were flying back. She had come up for treatment, and then we're flying back to Mexico, and we'll take a look at that one too, actually. All right, let's see here. Let me get... So one article I got, if I'll get this to cooperate. Let's see. On the Philly crash. Give you an idea what happened. Man, I'll tell you what, Dayquil, Dayquil will rock you. I'm not a fan of this stuff. All right. So 7 dead, including child, in a medical jet crash near Philadelphia Mall. It happened outside of a mall area. At least 7 people were killed, 19 others injured. Medical transport plane carrying a child, her mother, and 4 other people crashed in Philly Friday night near a busy mall. Now, it wasn't just the plane. Man, it landed on some cars. I mean, it 6:30 p.m. Investigators say it's fluid and active with the number injured subject to change because of the people on the ground in particular. Now, if we look at some of the photos here, the one I really want to show that's pretty up close, and you'll see it right here. I mean, this particular, like, this is just moments, man. Like moments, obviously, after this happened outside this mall. I mean, and unfortunately, it happened right after this DC plane tragedy, right? Do we have plane crashes? Yes. And I'm sure small engine planes on a regular basis, right? Little Cessnas and stuff like that. But this back-to-back, right, especially after the one before, is just, it's tough to take, and it makes you wonder. Now, I did, see an article that air traffic controllers, there is a struggle with hiring air traffic controllers and getting people into the business. And it's something obviously they'll have to look into. I don't know if that is a candidate thing. I don't know if that is like a, we've seen it. I know a lot of stuff has been brought to it as far as like your DEI hiring and things of that nature, whatever. I don't know if that's part of it, if you're trying to find the right candidates, or maybe you're not hiring people just because. I don't know, and that's something I need to look into. But the Philadelphia one, I'm sure that information, it may take a little time to come out. I'm sure it'll come out pretty quickly. The helicopter crash in DC, that one may take some time. There may be a lot of pieces of that puzzle that have to be put together. It just is. I know that right now, if we just look at, for instance, the DC plane crash and what we kind of know at this moment. Let's see, I'll bring this up for you guys. Excuse me. Whew. Remains of 41 victims have been recovered. All the black boxes from the plane and helicopter have been recovered. The plane had taken off from Wichita, Kansas, and was approaching for landing when the collision occurred, about a half a mile from the runway. Just take a few seconds from landing. Top figure skaters from Russia and United States were on board. Helicopter was on a training flight with a crew based at Fort Belvoir in Virginia. United Command says DC crash records expected to be removed Saturday. Obviously today. I think it was only like 7 feet of water in certain areas, from what I understand, like a very shallow part. But it says rescue crews have recovered 42 sets of remains. 38 have been positively identified. That's working quickly. 67 people were aboard both aircraft during Wednesday night's mid-air collision. Bodies of 2 of the soldiers recovered from the Black Hawk helicopter wreckage. A man and a woman. And then here is actually a photo, and these are the first responders actually saluting to the ambulance carrying 1 or 2 of the soldiers. 3-person crew was performing a training mission near Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport when their UH-60 Black Hawk helicopter crashed into the aircraft. 1 of the remains recovered on Friday is believed to be those of Chief Warrant Officer 2 Andrew Lloyd Eves. The other remains believed to be that of a soldier the U.S. Army has named The other remains are believed to be those of a soldier that the U.S. Army has named at the request of their family. The body of Staff Sergeant Ryan Austin O'Hara was recovered earlier in the week. Okay, this is the one I wanted to bring up right here, really quickly. And let's see what you guys have to say. Burner Phone says helicopter was too high, but also ATC switched the jet from runway 1 to runway 33, and that switch put it directly in the path. Yeah, the air traffic controllers, so here's the deal, though. From what I understand, yes, they were too high, I guess, in that low altitude area. To me, it seems like an air traffic control issue until we maybe hear otherwise. I just find it hard to believe that no one in the cockpit of that helicopter saw the bright lights of a plane coming in when you're basically at the same altitude almost, right? Like, I just don't know. I mean, I don't know how quickly a helicopter can turn on a dime, especially that helicopter. I don't know anything about it. I just find it interesting, though, because I would think that you would see that plane and at least go, hold position, right? I mean, I don't know. Frostbite says, I'm no smart guy, but why would they have need for military flight training right on the flight? Well, and obviously they don't. They do. This happens. They do flight training all the time out of here. There's flights. It is the busiest airport runway, right? It's like the busiest one in the country, from what I understand. I'm surprised we haven't had more accidents come out of this. They have had near misses in the past at this airport, but considering how many flights and how many training flights, you'd think that this would happen more often. Luckily it hasn't, but yeah, Joe fan, exactly right. Military and commercial use for sure. And again, if you're doing training flights, you're flying in from a fort, wherever, do your training, fly in, fly out. This seems like an air traffic controller mistake. But again, I just wonder. Joe fan, take it easy. Ready to play? That means you got to be ready to play. It could be. And that's why I wanted to bring this up. Burner phone, 90% of U.S. airport towers are understaffed. And if you're understaffed, that means the people that are there are handling more duties, right? Or you have people that are underqualified, right? Again, I'm surprised this stuff hasn't happened more often, to be quite honest with you. As of 2023, the percentage of air traffic facilities that met 2 different FAA staffing standards for air traffic controllers, a minimal FAA standard, and a higher target goal agreed upon by a group including the FAA and Controllers Union. So you can see here, fully trained air traffic controllers only. We'll zoom into this just to get an idea what we're looking at. Fully trained air traffic controllers only. 2% meet staffing targets. Only 45% meet the FAA standard. Fully trained controllers plus those in training, that means 8% meet the staffing targets and 59% meet the FAA standard. So definitely understaffed and underqualified. It's amazing we don't have more collisions around the country. As many planes that fly all over the damn place. It's a wonder that this doesn't happen more often. I mean, it just is. So in some senses, it's actually quite amazing what they're able to do, considering how much air traffic. But with understaffing, underqualifications, these incidents are going to happen. I don't think we should be surprised. It's a shame that it happens, but I don't think we should be surprised. I mean, it just is. Now, that on the Philly ones, spatial disorientation in the Philly crash, when you don't know the air from the ground, right? Know what that is? Where you don't quite, like, you kind of get tricked in a way. You've seen that happen, right? Pilots flying, and you get tricked by, what is the sky and what is the ground kind of thing. I could be wrong, but I think that's what that is. Correct me if I'm wrong, burner phone. Yeah, so an FAA plane and a chopper nearly collided in 2018 near Reagan National Airport. So we did have, already something that happened, earlier on, or years ago, but nothing happened with it, right? I mean, they're going to be able to get the black boxes, and it's going to show some data. It won't tell the whole tale. Unfortunately, we really don't have, like, good audio. It doesn't seem like. I mean, it doesn't seem like we got good audio. When you go back and listen to the audio from that, it's the tower talking, but we're not getting any other audio from anybody else, like barely. It's kind of weird. See if I can get one. I mean, really, there hasn't. Just your latest news, kind of. Just as far as the closing summary. I mean, Here, I'll bring this up, and then we'll kind of bounce off of it. Hopefully we'll get some more info, and we will, but sometimes these things take months. More than 40 bodies have been recovered. We also know that that's changed. Victims have been identified: Filipino police officer, 2 lawyers, 2 Chinese citizens, 2 parents from Kansas, a GE Aerospace employee, 2 young figure skaters and their parents, the president-elect of the National Association of Biology Teachers, and a college student. Damn, that sucks, right? Like, that sucks. But especially with kids. The father of one of the Black Hawk crew members killed in the crash criticized President Trump's comments on Thursday, blaming DEI for the tragedy, and said that no one in the Army flies a helicopter without being highly qualified. I don't doubt that at all. I mean, truth be told, you don't learn how to fly a helicopter without being put through the paces. I don't care who you are. It says President Donald Trump said on his social media platform that the military helicopter involved in the crash was flying above 200-foot limit, despite officials still investigating. White House spokesperson defended his post. Well, we all know he definitely is not afraid to come out and say what he thinks. He also might have some information. Someone may have already talked to him. He may have said, hey, get me whoever on the phone. And that person may very well have said what some people didn't want to say. You know, who knows? The NTSB has recovered the black box data. It says it's in good condition. He said though it will not be releasing information on that device immediately. The cockpit voice recorder that was removed, in contrast, had water intrusion, a problem that investigators are now dealing with, that they have very high level of confidence that they will get information from that device. That's what I'd like to know. The cockpit voice recorder with them inside, is anybody saying, hey, a helicopter is coming? What are they doing? The problem is it happens so fast, although when we're watching this video, it seems like it takes a lifetime, right? You're just sitting there watching the helicopter just, you know, it's like 7 seconds. Man, that's a shame. They have definitely identified some of the victims, that's for sure. Some of them have pictures. I think that the biggest thing is that anytime you have, look, this is probably hitting in Russia a lot harder than it's hitting here, right? And so the famous skaters, I'm sure that's hitting a lot harder there than it is here. Yeah, there is a lot of lights in that area, and I can see where it makes it extremely difficult to distinguish. I mean, just looking at the airport, like it's rough. Just looking at some of the lights. All right. Can I? Well, I'm having a little trouble with my Stream Deck here, folks, with all my articles. Interesting. There we go. Back online. All right. All right, you guys. I tell you what, I'm gonna call it right now, only because I feel like garbage. I'll save some of these topics. We'll get back with Matthew on Tuesday, but I figured I could maybe power through. But yeah, I feel like garbage. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Thanks, Dad. No, yeah, no. I'm gonna get some rest. I tell you what, you guys go to Just Jeff and watch that stream for a little bit. But I'm surprised I haven't coughed as much as I have and trying to mute on this stream. But yeah, it's a rough one today. So yeah, look, you guys hang out over there, check it out with Just Jeff. I'm gonna bounce out. I will save some of these topics for later on. But you guys go hang out with your families. Frostbite. I appreciate you rolling in. Clint, hey, for sure. I I hate to do that. Look, this says he's doing a giveaway every 30 minutes. Sweet. So go check that out. I'm gonna go take some more Alka-Seltzer Dayquil, and that way I don't have to pretend like I'm not about to cough every 2 minutes or less. But look, I will catch you guys again, and I'll make it up to you. Tuesday night with Matthew, I should be good to go at that point, and beat this shit. So I'll see you guys Tuesday night with Matthew on the Evening Blend at 10 Eastern. We'll dig into some other shit. But yeah, I'm gonna take it easy, and then I'll see y'all maybe Wednesday night with 3-Star Draw on his channel. But look, I'm gonna bounce out, get some more rest, and figured I'd give it a go. It is what it is. But I appreciate you guys at least sliding in and hanging out for a little bit, as always. Until Tuesday, I am Pop Blender. Y'all feel better. I'm gonna try to, and I will catch you guys later on. I really do appreciate it. Thank you.